Hey guys, let's talk about Sound of Freedom.
Hear that? That's the sound of freedom.
Hey guys, I'm back at the desk again doing another review. Today is going to be an interesting review. It's for a movie that I saw last week on July 4th, the day that it came in theaters. It is for the movie Sound of Freedom. It's the Tim Ballard story, and it focuses on his mission to save a girl from human trafficking, to save this boy's sister that he rescues at the beginning of the film. Now, I heard about this film back in 2020, I believe, is when the trailers started coming out, and this was back when a Disney-owned company owned the movie, and it was set to release. It was also set to release last year, but it didn't happen for a while. The establishment, the entertainment industry, they did not want this movie to come out, which that should tell you right now everything you need to know about this movie. It's something the establishment hates. And guys, I will tell you this. It was a movie that set out with a message, a very strong and very uncomfortable message, but it delivered. It freaking delivered, guys. If you haven't seen this movie yet, you need to go watch it. It's not, something you talk about in a polite conversation. It's not something that will be easy to talk about or easy to look at. But it's a real thing in our world. And the way that Jim Caviezel portrayed Tim Ballard. Jim Caviezel's a good actor, man. I'll just say that. I think there might be some spoilers in this video. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, stop this video, go watch it, come back. What I really liked about this film is how honest they were without being like super explicit. They hinted at what was going on, the storytelling, everything. It was like flawless. It really drove the message home, the way that they portrayed, the horrors that these children go through in this horrible thing going on in our world. Start out the story where he is taking down. Actually, no, that's not where the story starts. It starts where the boy and her sister get captured. They get kidnapped and, put into this whole thing. Interestingly enough, through people who were posing as the entertainment industry. And so I'm like, that's scary. That's scary to think. And I am parents, watch your kids out there. Seriously. The first scene of the movie will really get you thinking. But yeah, he rescues the boy, and he basically tells him, everything he's gone through, and asks Tim Ballard, who is played by Jim Caviezel, to go and find his sister. So what he does is he goes on a trip down to Cartagena, where I believe it's Cartagena, where they were taken on a cargo ship and sold to pedos, and I'm trying to remember. So that's where he was, and then Tim ends up finding out who the girl was taken by, and he sets up a whole. He has this whole idea, to set up a sting. But back home, his agency, they're like, we're out of our jurisdiction here. We can't let you go further on with this. But he makes the bold decision to put what's right over his own, responsibilities with the agency that he was with. He put that aside, and he quit his job just to go save this girl. And it's just a really, impactful story. I don't think I can explain everything on here the right way. I guess I could say what I liked about the movie. I already said I liked, how honest they were about everything. The cinematography and sound was flawless. The movie began with a really awesome opening shot and ended with the same exact shot in reverse, and I loved that. They didn't try to like over dramatize everything like a lot of Hollywood movies do with true stories even. They, I believe, tried to keep it as close to source material as possible. And yeah, I know that there's probably a few things in there that weren't exactly correct, but still the way they made this movie and told this story. In filmmaking 101, I'd say it's flawless. And it is one of the most important movies you will ever watch. Yeah, but aside from that, what else did I like? Let's see. I liked it that Jim Caviezel was in it. I think he really drove it home as Tim Ballard. Jim, he played Jesus in Passion of the Christ, which he drove it home in that story too. Just a really solid actor. A guy I would really love to work with in the future. I plan to work with him in the future, God willing. As a whole, I really liked the movie. I think it is something, different, and something that, it contains a message that, we need to hear and we don't often hear in movies, especially not true stories. And if you know Hollywood, you know why they wanted this movie buried, because this stuff goes on in Hollywood. You heard about Harvey Weinstein, that whole thing. And if you want to go really deep, you hear about, the conspiracy around Tom Hanks. I don't think it's a conspiracy, but it's just so many things in Hollywood that are just flat out evil. And, most of these people went to Epstein Island, as you know. And you know what that's famous for. What's cool is that this movie is beating out one of Disney's movies. I think that's like an impactful statement right there. It beat out Indiana Jones, which it wasn't an awful movie, but it wasn't a great comeback for the character. And I think it's awesome that this movie is beating out Disney, who could have released this movie anytime, but we know who Disney really is and what they stand for, and know that they don't care about saving kids and ending human trafficking. Them in the media, they portray this as some far-right conspiracy theory spread by white supremacists and QAnon crazies, which, no. If you are someone with any sense of morality in you, you can agree. Whether you're left, right, straight, gay, conservative, liberal, Christian, atheist, if you have any sense of morality and a knowledge of what is right and wrong, we both agree that human trafficking is evil and needs to end. And this movie gives those children a voice. Go watch Sound of Freedom. God bless. Thank you for watching. Lastly, to any pedos who may be watching this video, if any just happen to click on it, I want you guys to know that your days are numbered. Your day of judgment is coming. And the Bible says that it's better if a millstone was hung around your neck than you harm any of these innocent ones. So I want you to know that your days are numbered. Any harm you cause to these innocent ones, God sees. God knows what you are doing in the shadows. God knows what you're doing when no one's looking. God's children are not for sale.